Hi besties, today I'm sharing my K-pop struggles. Those are more over K-tube related, but some are also K-pop struggles I have had in my personal life. I thought this was a pretty much creative idea, so if you do want to use it, please give credits. Thank you. Now without further ado, let's begin. I have had this so many times. This was back in 2019 to 2020. I watched a lot of K-tube, and I still do now, but back then, I always wanted to have the same opinions as my favorite K-tubers, so I forced myself to agree with their opinions, have the same biases as them, and so the list goes on, basically forcing myself to have the same opinions and taste as them. I even forced myself to like certain songs, just because K-tuber loves it, and also forced myself to hate a song, just because K-tuber hated it, even though I knew myself I really liked/hated that certain song. Now looking back at it, I feel so bad for myself. I literally pressured myself to have the same opinions as others, which is totally wrong to do, and I have learned, now that I can have my own taste. It is totally fine if I disagree or like/hate a song K-tuber likes/hates. This is basically the OG struggle of every K-pop stan. K-pop is seen as weird because it is in another language, and the general society normalized listening to pop music and Latin, R&B, dubstep, etc. But K-pop is seen as weird unfortunately. The first one I told about me liking K-pop were of course, my parents, and then slowly but surely, I got more confident in the fact that I liked K-pop. I started wearing my K-pop merch in school, singing and dancing to K-pop songs, listening to it, and not being scared to show it. As time passed, I'm so happy with the way I live now. Even my cousin secretly likes God's Menu by Stray Kids, but he doesn't wanna admit it, lol. This one may be surprising, but I was, and still am a bit ashamed of having a channel. Don't get me wrong, I love making videos for you all, but recently, I had the courage to tell some of my classmates I had a YouTube channel. They are subscribed by the way, lol. So we were supposed to tell each other what we did in the weekend, and since they already knew that I had a YouTube channel, I was confident enough to say that I was very busy with editing, which I pretty much was. So then, my teacher decided to be annoying and said, "Okay children, now we are gonna tell what your other classmate told you they did in the weekend." So when it was my classmate's turn, she said I edited a lot, and the teacher was like, "Editing? What does she edit?" And my classmate replied with, "On YouTube," and then my teacher turned towards me and said, "Oh wow, would you like to show it to the class maybe?" And I got all nervous and replied with, "Oh no, it is not needed." And of course my teacher was like, "Oh that's okay, but if you change your mind sometime we could maybe watch one of your videos." So, that really formed my insecurity about having a channel. But again, as with being ashamed of being a K-pop stan, I will slowly but surely get more confident in my chan. I always felt very uncomfortable when female idols wear revealing clothes, and I still am now. So when I say revealing, I don't meant clothes they choose to wear, I mean those to short dresses, shirts, pants, etc. Those make me so uncomfortable, and I bet the idol is too. Joy from Red Velvet always gets those short dresses, and yes of course it complements her body, but do you know why her dancing can come off as a bit awkward at times? It is because her dresses are too short. I saw this video of her dancing in comfortable clothes, long pants and a t-shirt, and she was dancing so happily and great. This proves that stylists should stop giving uncomfortable outfits to female idols, especially during awards shows. Those are literally in the coldest times of the year, with the temperature being 10- to maybe 3 or 4 Celsius. And for them to dance in those short clothes just makes me feel bad and uncomfortable. This is seriously the hardest thing ever, choosing between homework and editing, because I'm like, oh yeah let me finish this video real quick, but the other part of my body says, no do your homework girly. That's why it is so hard to stabilize your life on K-pop YouTube, and your real life. I still struggle with this a bit, but I'm getting better at it. Now, I always do my homework first, because I find school very important. I'm trying to get into a certain school and we are having tests right now. I need to focus on certain parts in mathematics, so it is hard to stabilize my two totally different lives I have. Stanning new groups is a bit hard for me nowadays. I stan a good amount of groups, but I don't really have time to listen to others. Like for example, I would love to stan G-Idol, CLC, 17, The Boys, itzy, and Dreamcatcher, but can't seem to get into them somehow, and that is really frustrating to me. I don't know if this counts as a struggle, but I feel like I'm definitely struggling with this, so I might as well include it in the video. So if you see this part of my script made the cut for my video lol. Again with stanning groups, I feel a bit obligated to stan more boy groups, but I can't. I really cannot. I'm not interested in a lot of them. The only ones I stan are TXT, GOT7, Stray Kids, and a tiny little bit of BTS. But further, I'm not interested in boy groups really, but I feel so obligated to stan them. For example EXO, I would love to stan them, but I'm only interested in baekhyun and the EXO-SC subunit. For the rest, I don't really care. They are just not as interesting to me. Boy group stans please, don't get triggered lol. Listening to full albums is frustrating to me. Of course I will listen to them in the end, but at first I always feel obligated to listen to them, but sometimes I just do not have time to listen to a full album. The only time I do is when I'm in the car, then I will probably listen to it, but further I really find it frustrating. EPs are easier to listen to because they don't have lots of songs. It is just a bit frustrating to me. I have been struggling with this a lot. I really don't like certain idols, but I'm scared to get jumped by their stans, especially since the idols I don't like are one of the most biases in their respective groups, so I might as well get cancelled for even saying my opinions on certain idols. Seriously, I hated how I feel the need to hold back from saying certain stuff, and no, don't worry, it is not anything problematic. It is just that I don't like these idols, because they make me feel uncomfortable. This will be the end of the video cowboys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give credits if you want to use this idea. I really worked hard on this, and I would love to see that my hard work is paying off. Eat your meals, stay healthy, wear a mask, and keep distance from others. Subscribe for more quality content. Bye besties.